Popped up foul and out of play on the right side. Nearly gets a spectator or two. And it'll stay at 0-2. Hale Panetta has checked in. So 0-2 here in inning number 1, leadoff batter, as we work on our sound. Paxton's 0-2 pitch popped up on the infield, calling for it at third as Woodrush will make the catch for out number 1. Got that one in on the hands, and a good job there pitching by Matty Paxton to get out number 1. So 1 gone now for J.C. Castle. Castle, opportunity to help her own cause early on. Castle, right-handed hitter, open stance. Takes a pitch outside for a ball. The count is 1-0. Here's a nice breeze blowing here this evening. Straight out to center field. It's old glory out there. Starched, to say the least. 1-0 pitch. Grounded foul. It's 1-1 now. On the pitcher from Chattanooga. Talked to some of the Chattanooga fans and let them know about the broadcast. Hopefully they'll be joining us here on Facebook Live as well. 1-1 offering on the way to Castle now. JC looks at one outside for a ball, 2-1. Took me about a day and a half to figure out this fantabulous scorebook that I've been blessed with from Katie Carney. Foul tip. It's now 2-2. Well, looking for scorebooks over the weekend, and they're not to be found in Southwest Oklahoma. So it's a good thing that Katie bailed us out. I told her I would get one and give her scorebook back. Katie, I lied. I'm keeping it. Again, fouled off. And the count 2-2 on J.C. Castle. 1 gone here in the first. Mangum and Chattanooga just underway. Classic Hits, 97.7. We get our sound? All right. Combined broadcast years, probably somewhere in the 70s between the two of us. And still the inability to get on the air without some guffaw. Another foul ball. And the count will remain 2-2. Chad mentioning a different look with the field here. Namely, the field has been replaced. 2-2 offering upstairs for a ball. And the count full now on Castle. Much smoother surface, truer hops, I am told. And then in the outfield, you'll notice it is white. Better hitting background for the hitters. Line shot towards third, knocked down by Lively. Landry will throw for out number 2. So a good job by Lively to corral the line drive and then throw to first base for out number 2. Landry's been involved in both of the first 2 putouts. She caught the pop-up on the infield and then the line shot right there. Mia Wyatt now, the catcher, will step in with 2 gone. Matty Paxton made quick work of Burns to begin the ball game. 3 pitches, got the out. Castle ran the count full before lining in and out of the glove of Lively over at third base. Wyatt taking a pitch here, 1-0. Swing and a miss there. And the count level 1-1 on Wyatt. Luana Weavers gives us the thumbs up. Sound is back. Luana, thank you for the sound check. We appreciate that. 1-1 pitch here. Paxton held on to it too long. It's straight outside. 2-1 now. On the catcher, Mia Wyatt. Wyatt, little ground ball. Good job by Lively. Got it on the big hop. Flips to first, and the inning will come to an end in 1-2-3 fashion. Landry Lively in the middle of all 3 of those outs. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on board after a half inning of play. It's Chattanooga nothing. Mangum coming to bat on Classic Hits 97.7.
Blair Tire and Feed on the corner of Highway 283 and 19 is your certified Firestone tire dealer and also a proud supporter of the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers. When you need tires, we're specialty trained and equipped to take care of you. Lyle Shaw and his crew at Blair Tire and Feed wish the Tigers lots of luck in today's game. And always remember, play smart, play safe, play hard, and play with pride. And good luck from everyone at Blair Tire and Feed on the corner of Highway 283 and 19 in Blair, Oklahoma.
Folks in Mangum know what to do when they need to quench a thirst, curb a hunger attack, or cool down with an ice cream. They just make the Loop at 918 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. The Loop, supporting the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
Something you should know about the Kendall Law Office. The Kendall Law Office is family-owned and local. They use up-to-date technology to ensure their productivity provides timely service to clients, and this always includes client access to our firm via email and text. Corey Kendall is experienced, hardworking, and honest. He always puts the client first, and all efforts are focused on the client's best interest. The Kendall Law Office, locations in Altus and Mangum.
And here we go, bottom half of inning number one. It'll be Lauren York, Morgan White, and Maddie Paxson due up for Mangum in their half of the first frame. Middle third of the lineup, Brent Woodruss, Landry Lively, and Hadley Zachary. And then the bottom third, Holly Lehman-Webb, Ashley Dreyer, and Jalen Hammond. Good to have you alongside on this Tuesday evening. Sultry indeed, but relief is on the way, according to the weather forecasters. J.C. Castle, the pitcher here for Chattanooga. Her battery mate is Mia Wyatt. Rayleigh Garrett is at first. Michaela Burns at second. Trinity Sharp is the third baseman. Madeline Burns is the shortstop. And the outfield from left to right, Grayson Wolf, Emma Clayton, and Kelly Krasser. It has been a torrid week for Lauren York. York named the player of the week for Mangum after hitting .625 over the last 7 days or so. 10 hits over that time frame, including that jack that she whacked Saturday morning against Sentinel. 9 RBI, 6 stolen bases. She'll take a strike here, and it's 0-1 on York. Deanne checking in. Made a quick trip to Olusty this afternoon. And she says she can hear us, which is a good thing. 0-1 now. Lauren shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and it's 1-1 on the center fielder for Mangum. Earlier I was kidding about figuring out how to work this scorebook. I mean, I did. I had to study it in between meetings. Inside New York, counting out 2-1. I mean, it's fangled. Of course, as Katie gave it to me Saturday morning, husband Richard had to say, and I quote, "We don't need that thing. We do everything electronically now." Thanks, Richard. Thanks for your support, buddy. Here's the pitch to York. 2-1 count. Back behind her. Rolls to the fence, and it's 3-1 now on Lauren. Want to say hi to Alex Little Freddie Solis. He says, "Let's go Tigers." And Alex, former Altus Merchant. Altus Merchants all the way. That's Altus Merchants softball. I should finish that. Here's ball 4 delivered to York. So after taking a healthy cut at pitch number 1, York gets 4 balls in a row. She's aboard for Morgan White. White, the shortstop. Has great bat control, does Morgan. It'll be interesting to see if Coach Mangum early on is going to try to bunt the runner over or let his number 2 hitter swing away. Lauren shows bunt. It's early in the sequence. Takes it for a strike. Off with the pitch is Lauren. And Lauren will steal the base. Now headed for third. The ball got away from the catcher. Tag is in time, and the out is made. So a bang-bang play. Mia Wyatt threw a strike to Trinity Sharp. York hesitated just for a moment as she rounded second, and that may have cost her as she has thrown out 2-5 for out number 1. Swing and a miss here on Morgan White. White down to the count now, 0-2. 0-2 pitch from Castle. Bounces out in front of home plate, and it's 1-2. Can't say enough about that play by Mia Wyatt. Ball that got away. Wyatt went and found it and then had the presence of mind to fire a strike over to third base to get York. Upstairs for a ball here. And count on Morgan White now 2-2. 2-2 pitch. White on the ground towards second. Big hop there for Burns. Michaela will flip to first for out number 2. Ball sharply hit the other way by Morgan White. Took a big hop right into the glove of Michaela. Easy play for out number 2. Maddie Paxton now, a chance to help her own cause. Bats with 2 gone in the first, and there is no score. Takes a pitch inside for a ball, 1-0. Going the opposite way a moment ago, White. We'll talk more about it as the evening progresses, but makes me think of the ESPN series about Derek Jeter and how he often went the other way. Here's a ground ball scooped up nicely by Madeline Burns at short. She'll flip the first, and the inning will come to an end. So Mangum hit the ball hard. They ran into an out, and then, they got thrown out on a couple of pretty good ground balls. So the inning comes to an end. No runs, no hits. There was a walk, nobody left on base. We've played one. There is no score. Chattanooga and Mangum on Classic Hits 97.7.
The road towards successful, lasting solutions for treatment of snoring and sleep apnea can have plenty of bumps along the way. Hello, I am Dr. Dustin Lively, and together with the rest of my team, we can lend a valuable helping hand. If you have trouble with snoring or have had a sleep study and are struggling with your prescribed therapy, call us at Easy Sleep Solutions, 580-782-2027, or go to the letters EZSleepSolutions.com.
Friends, it's important to take care of your eyes, so make an appointment soon with Dr. Michael Geiger in Altus, Seth Geiger in Frederick, and Bryce Geiger in Elgin, and a new addition to our staff, Dr. Maddie Rhodes. The Geigers are professionals and very good at what they do. Geiger Eye Care is proud to support youth and sponsor sporting events. They encourage you to attend all the events you can and be involved with our youth. Geiger Eye Care, Michael and Maddie in Altus, Seth in Frederick, and Bryce in Elgin. Make an appointment soon with Geiger Eye Care, Altus, Frederick, and Elgin.
Don Henley once sang about the heart of the matter, the heart of the lineup coming up for Chattanooga here in inning number 2. It'll be numbers 4, 5, and 6. And that is Trinity Sharp, Michaela Burns, and Rayleigh Garrett. I'm going to have you alongside on this Tuesday evening. No score between Mangum and Chattanooga. Tip of the cap to 330 Dental Care, Easy Sleep Solutions, Blair Tire and Feed, Cattleman's Bank of Mangum, Corey Kendall, Attorney at Law, and Dapper 14 Boutique. All part of our broadcast here on Classic Hits 97.7. First pitch to Sharp, taken for a strike, and the third baseman down on the count 0-1. Paxson delivers an 0-1 pitch that's lifted into left field. Jalen Hammond is underneath it for out number 1. Good job by Hammond. Ball softly hit, but talked about that wind blowing out, and the ball carried pretty well. Good job by Hammond for out number 1. And we saw the breeze create some problems for Mangum on Saturday over there at Hobart. And again, it takes some time to get used to it, get familiar with your surroundings. Michaela Burns takes a pitch upstairs for a ball, 1-0. How about the play by Burns at second base on the big hop for the first out of the inning, or second out of the inning, actually. Takes one upstairs for a ball, 2-0. And then her sister, a sparkling play in the hole at shortstop to end the inning. 2-0 pitch. A little bit outside for ball 3, 3-0. So Paxson down in the count, 3-0 pitch. Called strike, and it's 3-1. Job by Maddie. Rolled that one right down Broadway. Let's see if Paxson can come back now. 3-1 pitch on the way. A little bit outside for ball 4. And Chattanooga's got their first base runner of the ball game. That'll bring to the plate Riley Garrett. Garrett, the first baseman, right-handed hitter. You get the idea that Burns may be off for the pitch. Hadley Zachary behind home plate here in the ball game. She may get tested early on. Pitch inside for a ball, 1-0. Pretty good pitch to handle there. But staying put was Burns at first base. The Gerald's kids, Victoria and Emma, set to go to college on Friday, they tell me. Off the fist, left field. Hammond coming on, makes the catch for out number 2. And again, that ball carries more than it normally would. Talk about the heat and humidity and then that wind blowing out towards left. And again, a good job by Hammond to get to the spot, look the ball into the glove for out number 2. So 2 gone, runner at first as we play here in the second, and Emma Clayton will step in. Clayton, the center fielder for the Levy Warriors. Bunts it, and that one is going to roll foul. The count 0-1. Boy, a late bunt by Clayton. And it was hugging that foul line for a while, but then finally spun into foul territory for an 0-1 count. We talked about it coming up on Thursday, a pair of district bowl games against Cordell. Your schedule does not say that, but we confirmed. 2 ball games coming up on Thursday, about 6:30 start time. There goes the runner. Zachary will throw down, but not in time. Stolen base for Michaela Burns. So Burns in scoring position now with 2 gone. Pitch to Clayton was downstairs for a ball, and it's 1-1 on Emma. I want to say hi to Holly Avery Rogers, who's checked in. Holly, good to have you alongside, kid. 1-1 pitch. Little ground ball towards short and fielded by, and that is a heads-up play by Morgan White. White will make the play, tag the base runner, and now we're going to get a conversation, though. Possible interference on the play. The ball between Lively and White at third and short respectively, and there were a lot of bodies in there. Michaela Burns, the base runner, one of them. For now, Morgan White, the unassisted play to end the inning, but again, the umpires are talking about it. Garrett Pride has joined us while the umpires talk about this one. When you get interference as an umpire, what you're supposed to do is stick your left arm out to indicate that there was interference. We didn't see a left arm come out. And there was no question in the mind of Chattanooga's coach, Tyler Carr, that his base runner was interfered with and immediately asked for a ruling. Conversation continues. I don't think it's going to go Chattanooga's way. Oh, no, it did. My golly, they did call her safe. All right. So, interference going to be called against Mangum on the play, which keeps the inning alive. Michaela Burns will go to third. Emma Clayton will get credit for a fielder's choice on the play. But again, it was a slow roller between Lively at third and Morgan White at short. White did a great job of going over and getting the softball. But in the middle of all that, the base runner, Michaela Burns, was interfered with, according to the officials, to the umpires. And so now we got runners at the corners with 2 gone for Grayson Wolf. Again, you can't diminish the play by White. That was a heads-up play. Had no chance at first base and realized it and went and made the tag on the base runner. There's a pitch inside, apparently under the hands of Wolf for a ball. And the count is 0-1, or 1-0 rather. So Clayton is at first on the fielder's choice. Michaela Burns is over at third. 2 gone here in the second. Swing and a miss. And taking second base. Go ahead and give her credit for a stolen base. Will be Clayton. She's in scoring position. As the count on Wolf now 1-1. 2 gone here in the second. Good pitch there by Maddie Paxson took something off of it. Got the called strike, and it's 1-2. So Maddie trying to get out of the inning. Runners at second and third. Ground ball foul, and it will stay at 1-2 on Grayson Wolf. Job by Wolf. Find off pretty good pitch. That was good pitch. Pam Simmons has joined us. Hello, Pam. Good to have you alongside Kiddo. We saw Reed the other day in the office. Working hard as usual. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Pitch inside to Grayson Wolf for the count 2-2 now on Grayson. Pam and I had a interesting conversation earlier this summer as Deanna and I were making our way back from eastern Oklahoma. Swing and a miss. Grayson strikes out. Ball dropped momentarily by Hadley. Zachary will fire to first, and now the inning will come to a close. So good piece of pitching there by Maddie Paxson. No runs. There was a hit. No errors, and a couple of runners left on board. We played an inning and a half, and there is no score on Classic Hits 97.7.
Greer County Farm Bureau agents Mickey Lively and Rod Calhoun support high school sports. Mickey and Rod offer insurance for property, auto, casualty, life, commercial, and crop insurance. They're ready to serve you at 231 North Oklahoma in Mangum. Call 580-782-3827.
Everyone wants to be on a winning team. That's why Great Plains Bank is a proud supporter of the Tigers. No matter what life may throw at you, Great Plains Bank has the play drawn up, and we're ready to go into overtime to win your business. What makes Great Plains Bank different is that we will make the extra push to get you to the goal line. When it comes to your family's finances, every play counts. So pick a teammate you can trust. We want you on our team because with customers like you, we are greater together. Great Plains Bank. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Back in Mangum as we get set for the bottom half of inning number 2. And Brent Woodruss will lead it on for the Lady Tigers. And Brent will look at the ball downstairs. 1-0 on Woodruss. She'll be followed by Landry Lively and then Hadley Zachary. So some noise there in that top half of inning number 2 for Chattanooga, but a good job of pitching quelled that noise. Maddie Paxson. Ball downstairs, 2-0. Want to say hi to one of our Greer County friends, residents, and one time was my supervisor, Nikki Burnett, celebrating her birthday this week. And we had to check. Nikki actually is only 43. There's a line shot into right field. That's a base hit. A good job of knocking it down out there and right by Kinley Crasser to keep it from going to the fence. But nonetheless, Bren Woodruss, a solid single to right. She's aboard with nobody out here in inning number 2. Anyhow, to finish the story on Nikki, her car said she was 50, but apparently that was her children that were up to shenanigans and wanted to make it clear to anybody who would listen she is only 43 over there in Granite. Pitch upstairs, bluffing a move towards second base is Woodruss. And the count is 0-1. Or 1-0 rather on Lively. Landry busy in that first inning defensively. Bunts here, and it's a good one. Fielded by the pitcher. She'll throw to first, and in time, they say, for an out. Bang, bang play over there at first base, and apparently Landry retired on the sacrifice that went 2-4. It will move Woodruss into scoring position with only one going. That was close. So now Hadley Zachary will step in. Zachary a chance to help her club with one gone here in the second. See if we can't finish our talk about driving in Pam Simmons. Inside to Zachary for a ball. 1-0. Saw Hadley the other day in between ball games there in Hobart. Everybody getting a snack, getting something to eat in between the ball games. She'll roll this one towards the right side and picked up by the second baseman. Good job by Burns to stay with it for out number 2. Advancing to third on the play will be Woodruss. Hadley I asked her when we got back to the ballpark how come she didn't offer to buy me my lunch. Her exact words were, "I'm broke." Kind of hard to argue with that logic. 2 gone now for Holly Lehman Webb. Webb a chance to drive home a run with 2 gone here in the second. Holly playing second this afternoon. Castle's 1-0 pitch on the ground towards right field. That'll get by and into right field for a base hit. Holly Lehman Webb with an RBI single, and Mangum on top, 1-0. Mangum's done a good job of going the opposite way here in the early going against Castle, who throws hard. Woodruss, the solid single to right to lead off the inning. Now Holly, her own single to right field with an RBI in the early lead for Mangum. Here's Ashley Dreyer. She's our designated player. She'll go to the right side. Getting there, though, is Burns at second base, and she'll flip the first in time for out number 3. The Mangum draws first blood as the Lady Tigers score 1 run on a pair of hits. There were no errors, had a runner left on board. We've played 2, Mangum 1, Chattanooga nothing on Classic Hits 97.7.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s and the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know of someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick as they may be hiring.
Triad Home Health in Mangum is locally owned and offers nursing, physical therapy, occupational, wound care, IV therapy, and more. All administered by people who go above and beyond for you. Phone Triad Home Health today at 580-782-5800. That's 782-5800.
I've got to tell you, every time it comes on, I'm waiting for Slash and Axl Rose and the rest of them. Is it Axl Rose? Okay, all right. It just didn't come out right. Mangum on top 1-0 as we get set for inning number 3. And that'll be numbers 9, 1, and 2 due up for this group from Chattanooga. By the way, I think I saw, and I'll have to check and make sure, that we had a birthday that we should have passed along. Can we do that? Can we figure out how to do that? I don't know that I'm smart enough to do it and keep my feed going. I may have to clock out, and I did. But that's okay. First pitch here outside to the 9th place hitter, Kinley Crasser. And it's 1-0. I think there were some birthdays today that we needed to talk about. Casey Kroom, yeah. Casey, known to folks from Mangum, celebrating his birthday today, 45 years young. Called strike on Kinley. And Crasser now sees the count go even at 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Ticked foul back to the screen. And it's 1-2. Also, part-time umpire, radio announcer, and all-around good guy Scott Augustine celebrated his birthday a couple of days ago. Scott, happy birthday to you. And then over the weekend, Bill Ferguson celebrated his birthday. This one's popped up behind home plate, out of play, and the count will stay at 1-2. Now, the tablets don't go back far enough to be able to determine how old Bill is. But I did see where he was serenaded at a ball game that he was umpiring on Saturday. His birthday was on Saturday, and I believe he was calling. Mountain View was one of the teams. I don't remember the other team, but nonetheless, they sang him happy birthday. Pitch upstairs for a ball here. Count level now 2-2. On Crasser, who leads it off here in inning number 3. Hit that one hard, but way out in front of it. And it'll stay at 2-2. 1-0, Mangum on top as they picked up a run. Yeah, it's been a while for me, Valerie. I'm sorry. Of course, it's Alyssa Dreyer, not Ashley. Again, don't keep a tally on the wall, otherwise you'll run out of ink. Pitch inside for a ball. They count 3-2. I mean, you have to understand, I've gotten a couple of years older since the last time I had her and had a stroke as well, so there you go. Payoff pitch on the way here. Rolled on the ground at third. Easy play there. Oh, no, now the ball gets away. Almost too easy of a play for Landry Lively. And she had plenty of time to make the play and threw it up the line for an error. And the leadoff runner is aboard. And that'll happen. I got lazy with it as well, thinking it was going to be an easy play, and the ball got away. And taking second base on the play will be Crasser. So she's in scoring position with nobody out here in inning number 3. Madeline Burns now will step in. Burns popped out to Lively her first time around. She's 0 for 1. 0-1 pitch, first pitch, a little bit outside for a ball. 1-0. Time going to be taken here is Zachary going to go out and have a conversation with Maddie. And the infielder's going to come in, and Zachary's like, no, this is just between Maddie and I. You guys go ahead and stay where you are. I like that. Take some control there. Some good stuff. Want to remind you the big Tiger Bash, the annual Tiger Bash, and I think, did I see somewhere 21st annual Tiger Bash, maybe coming up on Thursday, September 1st. It will get underway at about 5 and last until 9. There's a bunt foul. And the count 1-1 now on Madeline Burns. Anyhow, it's underway about 5 o'clock on that Thursday. We will be there, we being Z92, will be there. And look forward to it. And then, of course, the high school football season will kick off the following night, as Mangum will be at home, and they will entertain. There's another bunt. Lively will field, throw to first, and safe at first base will be the call. Taking third on the play will be Crasser. So Burns, the infield single, puts runners at the corners, and again, Manny Paxson in a bit of a pickle here. Valerie says, no problem, just so glad you're back. Well, I continue with those malaprops, and you may not be. Oh, my goodness. Now, Alyssa always been one of our favorites, too. Always had a big smile on her face. Good kid. So here's J.C. Castle. Castle a chance to help her own cause. Rolls one towards short. Quick flip to first base in time. Runner will score. The runner from second goes to third. And a head-first slide. Safe at third base will be Madeline Burns. So Burns at third. Crasser will score and tie the game. Castle credited with the RBI on the fielder's choice that went 6-3. Morgan White, slow roller, made a nice play to go get it and throw in one motion to get a tough play. So there's one gone now for Mia Wyatt. Catcher takes inside for a ball. 1-0 on Wyatt. Mia grounded to third, and now we've got a play at third. And apparently I'm in the home plate umpire having a conversation with Coach Bingham. And they have called batter interference. Oh, we've seen about everything in this ball game on Wyatt. So she'll become the second out of the inning. Wyatt obstructing Hadley, and now what have we got? The runner at third has gone into the dugout. Okay. Okay. All right. So, and that's one that I would not have known. The base runner on the interference call is the one who is called out. So she becomes the second out of the inning, Madeline Burns. And the at-bat actually does stay alive now for Mia Wyatt, except she bats with nobody on board. Takes upstairs for a ball. Wow. So You can go a whole season and not see any kind of interference calls. We've had 2 in the first inning and 2/3 here. This one's popped off the fist, back to the screen. And I've got the count at 2-1. Let's see if home plate umpire agrees. We know there's 2 gone in the inning. We're tied at 1, top half of inning number 3. And we've had both teams be called for interference, one on the offensive side, one on the defensive side. Ground ball knocked down by Lively at third. She'll set, fire to first high, and she will pull off the bag. Woodruss, and safe at first base will be Mia Wyatt. Second error of the inning for Mangum. And again, Hadley going to go out and have a conversation with her pitcher, and this time she's going to bring the entire infield in for the conversation. Two gone here in the third. Runner at first base. And Trinity Sharp will step in. Sharp, the third baseman for Chattanooga. And again, Chattanooga coach Tyler Carr going to have a conversation with the home plate umpire, and again, it has something to do with interference. I think he was wanting an extra base for his base runner there, saying that she was interfered with by the first baseman, but the umpire is correct, saying that, well, yes, the first baseman maybe was straddling the bag, but that's because she went up and tried to catch the ball and came back down. Fouled in the batter's box off of Sharp, 0-1. Trinity flying to left her first time around. She's 0-1. Wow. Yeah. Learning the rule book here this evening for sure. This one's popped up to center field. Lauren is there for the catch and out number 3. So the inning will come to an end, but not before Chattanooga ties it up. They come up with 1 run on 1 hit. There were 2 errors and a runner left on board. We played in 2.5. It's 1-1, Chattanooga and Mangum on Classic Hits 97.7.
To be a Mangum Tiger, you need a big heart, a little grit, and a whole community of supporters. This is Lori Laughlin from the new Cattlemen's Bank, member FDIC. We might have changed the name of the bank, but you can count on us to continue to serve you with the same devotion and quality that you've come to expect. Our Mangum Tigers and the communities we serve will always be the heartbeat of what we do. We are Cattlemen's Bank. Go Tigers!
When it comes to funeral homes, there are several to choose from. But choosing a funeral home that is locally owned offers the advantage of the local owners who are involved right here in the community, helping you during your time of need. Greer Funeral Home owners Carson and Stacy Van Zant are perfect examples of owners who offer that family-like connection that you'd expect from a friend and a neighbor. Greer Funeral Home in Mangum and Granite, providing dignity and respect.
Well, in between innings, and you do not see this very often, but both of the umpires went over to Coach Bingham and furthered the discussion on the interference play that took place that erased a base runner at third for Chattanooga. So we go to the bottom half of inning number 3, tied at 1. And I mean, it wasn't not an animated conversation or anything, but the umpire felt it necessary to go over and explain in further detail to Coach Bingham, and now he's gone over to Coach Bingham's counterpart for Chattanooga and is doing likewise. So when I told you that was not one that I would recognize from the rule books, I think there's a lot of folks that probably fit into that category. So the interference call, even though it was the batter in the box that created the interference on the catcher Zachary, the runner at third was the one that was called out. Now the home plate umpire says, I got to stop all these conversations. Can't find my clicker. There, he found it. It's hard to umpire without a clicker. Need a peanut shell and a rubber band and a clicker to be a good umpire. So And for those of you who understand where I'm going, Chad does. He's laughing in the background. You're with me. So Hammond, the left fielder, levels the count at 1-1 as she was late on that fastball, found it back to the screen. That was always one of the great things about hockey that I think a woman actually learned is that it was years after they came up with a hockey mask that they came up with protection elsewhere. Inside here, the Hammond. Count 2-1 on Jalen. Chattanooga fans not really fond of that call. 2-1 offering here. Off speed, lifted towards right field. It is a fair ball. And look at this. Jalen going to take 2. The throw is not in time. And she's in there with a double. Hammond had made up her mind when she came out of the batter's box because she was watching it all the way that she was going to go for 2. So Jalen with the double to lead off inning number 3, and that'll bring the top of the order to the plate in Lauren York. York walked her first time around, stole second, and then got greedy and tried to go to third when the ball got away from the catcher, and she was gunned down there. York a chance to give her club the lead here in the third. Tied at 1. First pitch to Lauren. Downstairs. And it was ball 1 all the way, but the umpire apparently saw something when it comes to the contact of J.C. Russell and the pitching rubber because it was an automatic ball. 1-0 pitch. Well, Lauren had a hack, fouled it back to the screen. That'll level the count at 1-1. And now we're going to get a pitching change. So a pitching change going to be made, and also Coach Carr going to get some information from the home plate umpire on that call a moment ago. Well, it's not a pitching change, it's a catching change. We're back after this on Classic Hits 97.7.
Jamie's Auto is proud to sponsor Mangum Tiger sports coverage. When you need a new-to-you reliable vehicle, always remember to visit Jamie's Auto Sales on Lewis Tittle in Mangum. Jamie makes it easy to buy a great used car with 5 lenders available, and your new-to-you vehicle comes with a 3-month 4,500 GWC powertrain warranty. Talk about peace of mind. Remember Jamie's Auto in Mangum for your next vehicle purchase. And go Tigers!
Well, we no doubt everybody has seen the video of the Texas ball player got hit in the head in the Little League World Series, not the World Series, but the regional play and the sportsmanship that was shown afterwards. We just saw another example of that. Lauren York helping Madeline Burns get the kitchen gear together as Burns will come in from her shortstop position to play catcher. Mia Wyatt, meantime, goes to first base. And some other changes as well defensively. We'll get those for you in a moment. York now batting with a 1-1 count. Runner at second. Takes inside for a ball. And the count 2-1 on Lauren. As we mentioned, she has had a torrid week at the plate. And just absolutely running like a deer. Stolen base after stolen base. Lifts this one foul and out of play. And the count now levels off at 2-2. Chad Augustine has joined us to the broadcast booth. Chad, good to have you alongside this evening. So actually it's Trinity Sharp, the third baseman, who has come to be the receiver of J.C. Russell. Sharp goes to catcher. Wyatt goes to first, and Michaela Burns now at third base. 2-2 count on Lauren York here in the third. Lauren, ground ball, Burns, shortstop, and it goes off of her glove and dribbles into shallow center field. York is aboard on the error. Heads up base running as well by Hammond at second base. Could have ran herself into an out there, but wisely stayed put. So runners at first and second now, nobody out for Morgan White. Morgan grounded to second her first time around. She is 0 for 1. Shows bunt, ball back to the screen. She'll take the pitch for a strike, but the runners will advance a base on the pass ball. So York is at second, Hammond at third, still nobody out. It's an 0-1 count on Morgan White. I got tickled. Her mother introduced herself to me earlier this afternoon. I said, ma'am, I know who you are. I appreciate it. She was being polite. She says, my daughter's Morgan. I said, yeah, I got that. Thank you. Count on Morgan now 0-2. Got to protect here. Runners at second and third. Trying to retake the lead is Mangum. Swing and a miss, and that is a great pitch by J.C. Castle. Pulled the string, and that is her first strikeout of the ballgame. Comes with runners at second and third and nobody out in inning number 3. Maddie Paxton now will step in. Paxton a chance to help her own cause. Maddie rolled to short her first time around on a bang-bang play by Madeline Burns. Madeline made a nice play. There's a line shot into right field. That's going to get down. Scoring easily will be Hammond. They're going to hold at third base. Lauren York, Mangum back on top, 2-1. So Paxton, the RBI single to right field, helping her own cause. And Mangum has regained the lead. Brent Woodruss now will step in. Woodruss, a single her first time around, and has scored a run. Okay, I'm old. I don't know what that song is. Little Einstein? Was that what? Did I hear that? Woodruss showing bunt. Runners at first and third. Pitch inside. And off with a pitch. The second base will be Paxton. And I think Coach Carr believes that Paxton took off too early. Count on Woodruss, 1-0. York at third. Paxton at second. Just one gone. Pitch to Bren. Inside for a ball. I'll tell you what. Trinity Sharp doing a nice job behind home plate. Knocking those softballs down. 2-0 now on Woodruss. Landry Lively waits in the on-deck circle. Now they're going to give her the free pass. Set up a forced situation. So the intentional walk will load the bases here. In the third, Mangum on top, 2-1. Landry Lively who laid down a sacrifice her first time around and was called out on a bang-bang play. Now has an opportunity to bust this one open for the Lady Tigers. She'll take upstairs for a ball, 1-0 on Lively. Mangum back in action coming up on Thursday, pair of ball games against Cordell as they begin district play. 1-0 pitch to Lively, lifted in the air towards shallow center. Clayton coming on, and instead it'll be the left fielder, Wolf, who makes the play. York off and will score. Heads up, base running by Lauren. Paxton going to take third, and heading down to second base on the play will be Woodruss. So we talk about Lauren and the stolen bases, but she showed great base running skills there. And as soon as the ball was caught, Grayson Wolf kind of running away from home plate, made the catch and had to collect herself. And that allowed York to score the third run of the ball game. It's Hadley Shelby, or Zachary rather. So a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Lively. On the fly out to center field for out number 2 of the inning. Hadley takes outside for ball 2, 2-0 on the catcher. Mangum with 2 across in the frame, looking to add to it. Runners at second and third, that's Woodruss and Paxton. Downstairs for a ball, and the count 3-0. And they issued the intentional free pass a moment ago to Woodruss. This may be unintentional to Hadley. 3-0 offering on the way from Castle, ball 4. And rather than just giving the intentional free pass, they tried to coax Hadley into swinging at something. Nothing doing there for Zachary. She's aboard at first. Woodruss at second. Paxton at third. And looks like going to get a courtesy runner here. Is that Manasco who's come in to run? I believe it is. So Holly Lehman-Webb now, 8th batter to come to home plate here in the 3rd for Mangum. 2 gone, bases loaded. Lehman-Webb, a single and an RBI. She's 1 for 1. Holly takes upstairs for ball, 1-0. Let's say hi to Shayla Willis. Shayla, they knew the risks. I say, let them crash. Low pitch on the way here. Outside for a ball, 2-0. For those of you who are fans of the movie Airplane, think back to the point counterpoint segment of the movie. I've only seen the film about 25 times. 2-0 offering, inside for a ball. Lehman-Webb ahead in the count now, 3-0. Castle has nowhere to put the second baseman from Mangum. She's got to be taking here. 3-0 pitch, grooved fastball, and it's 3-1. And JC struggled a little bit here in the frame. I don't know that I'm not taking here unless, let's see. Called strike. They'll throw down to 3rd. Paxson back in easily. Now the merry-go-round will start. Count full on Lehman-Webb. Bases loaded, 2 gone here in the 3rd. Payoff pitch on the way from Castle to Holly Lehman-Webb. Rolled foul, and we'll go back, Jack, and do it again. Thank you, Steely Dan. Woodruff's good speed out there at second base. Paxson at 3rd. Payoff pitch again to Webb. Again, she'll foul it off back to the screen, and it'll stay full at 3-2. Mangum has done a good job this afternoon and this evening letting the ball travel and going the opposite way. The balance of their hits have been to the right side. 3rd time in the payoff pitch from Castle to Lehman-Webb. As soon as I say that, she's out in front and hits it foul down the left field line. And it'll stay 3-2. Not a bad idea by Holly. There is a lot of room down that left field line. Grayson Wolf playing well off the line in left. The battle continues between Lehman-Webb and Castle, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and the inning will come to an end. But not before Mangum comes up with a couple of runs in the frame. 2 runs on 3 hits. There were a couple of walks, and the bases left loaded. We've played 3. Mangum on top, 3-1 on Classic Hits 97.7.
Hi, Mangum Tiger fans. This is Jill Grauman with RE/MAX Property Place. If you need to buy or sell a property or a home in Mangum or anywhere in Greer County, just call me at 580-706-0259. You'll see lots of my signs around town because I get the results for my clients. I say, go Mangum Tigers.
Jill Grauman, RE/MAX Property Place. Always here, always helping.
Hello, this is Ashley Slayton, family nurse practitioner with the JCMH Family Care Clinic in Mangum. We are friendly hometown folks and treat patients of all ages, newborns through adults, for wellness and sick visits, as well as management of chronic illnesses such as diabetes and high blood pressure. Call the clinic in Mangum at 580-782-3393 for an appointment today.
Jackson County Memorial Hospital.
A little 50 Cent in there. It's your birthday. We're going to party like it's your birthday. Good to have you alongside as we go to the top half of inning number 4. Mangum on top 3-1. Numbers 5, 6, and 7 due for the Lady Warriors. That'll be Michaela Burns along with Rayleigh Garrett, and Emma Clayton. Damon Lane, who is one of those high-priced meteorologists there in Oklahoma City's television market, and a guy that we like. He's a pretty good guy. First of all, posted earlier today that in 2 weeks, the sun will be setting before 8 o'clock in Oklahoma. Damon, we don't care for that at all. Called strike on Burns. It's 0-1 on Michaela. Burns walked, stole a base her first time around, was left stranded back in inning number 2 at third base. Paxson, Maddie's like, I don't know what happened there. That sidearm fastball, way off the mark, and it's 1-1. So anyhow, Damon Lane then also posting today. 1-1 offering on the way. Again, Paxson hangs on to it too long and looks at Coach Mangum like, I don't know what I'm doing. 2-1. He said that today probably the last 100-degree day in Oklahoma. Not so fast, my friend. 2-1 pitch. Paxson finding home plate there, and it's 2-2. It may not get to 100 in Oklahoma City for the rest of the year, but I'll bet dollars to donuts it does in southwest Oklahoma. Mangum, Altus, yeah, you get the idea. 2-2 pitch. Wow, what a throw there by Paxson as she simply pulled the string and got Burns way out in front for out number 1. So Michaela retired on the off-speed pitch for the first out of the inning. She's 1 for 2. Here's Rayleigh Garrett. Garrett flying to left her first time around. She is 0 for 1. Sun shining brightly now in the western sky. One gone here in the 4th. Knuckle curve taken for a ball, 1-0. There was also talk at the big going away luncheon today for Derek Collum and for Nick Turner. They're leaving us, Child Welfare Jackson County. We will miss them as well our customers. Cold strike, and it's 1-1. But they're going on to bigger and better things. Derek and Nick, it's been fun working with you. At any rate, at their big going away soiree, everybody was talking, it's only going to be 84 tomorrow. Fouled back to the screen. And the count now 1-2. And it may be in northern Oklahoma, even in Oklahoma City, it may be 84. It ain't going to be 84 here. All right? You might as well just figure on about 92, 93 tomorrow. And it'll be muggy. But there is relief on the way over the weekend. There's a shot in the left field. That will get by Hammond and get to the fence. And on her way to second base is Garrett with a stand-up double. Boy, Rayleigh really put a charge into that one. So Garrett aboard with one gone here in the 4th. Mangum on time, 3-1. And they will appeal to first base, saying that Garrett missed the bag. Coach Burnham, Brian Bingham, wanting a call there, not going to get it. And I don't know that the umpire out in the field didn't say, and I'm quoting now, I didn't see it. Because Coach Bingham said, you got to be watching for that. Half swing, ticked foul, and it's 0-1 on Clayton. And I mean, you don't, normally at this level, you don't ask for that kind of appeal unless you're pretty confident in it. So we've had 2 interference calls. We don't have a missed base call yet. Ticked foul. And the count now 0-2 on Emma Clayton. Clayton singled her first time around, stole a base, and was left stranded. Down in the count here, 0-2. And talk about that sunshine. It is affecting things now on the field as well. Little high chopper off of home plate. Morgan White at short throws to first in time for the out. Now the throw back behind the runner. And getting in ahead of the tag will be Garrett. Now there are 2 going. So Clayton bounced that one off of home plate. And a good job by Morgan White to wait for it to come down. Made a strong throw for the second out of the inning. That'll bring Grayson Wolf to the plate. Grayson 0 for 1. Struck out her first time around. One of 2 strikeouts in the ball game for Maddie Paxson. Pitch upstairs to Wolf and the count 1-0. We talk about that sunshine and creating a situation where home plate is bathed in shadows. But Paxson in the circle in sunshine. This one gets back to the screen, but it bounced right back to Hadley, and the runner will stay put. 2-0 now on Wolf. But if you're Maddie, you got to bear down here and try to get the final out of the inning. The club up in top 3-1. Chattanooga tied it in the top of the third, and Mangum came back with a pair in the same frame, and they lead it 3-1. There's a called strike. Count 2-1. And again, Wolf showed bunt way early in that sequence, and one of those pitches that I think Maddie said, well, if you're not going to swing, I'll just groove it. And gets the called strike. Runner at third, 2 gone. 2-1 pitch. Popped up on the infield, and catch is made by Woodruss at first base for out number 3. And again, Paxton will avoid damage in the frame. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a runner left on board. We've played 3.5. Mangum on top 3-1 here on Classic Hits 97.7.
The Mangum Tag Agency is easy to find at 108 East Pierce Street in Mangum. When you need license tags, registration, driver's license renewal, pipe passes, or real ID, Tom and Cynthia Clark are there for you, and they can help you at the Mangum Tag Agency at 580-782-3004, 782-3004.
At Mangum Drug Company, pharmacists Blake and Dana look forward to serving your prescription needs. Mangum Drug Company has a great selection of health and beauty, gifts, and cards, including seasonal items. The pharmacy includes Dispill personalized medication packaging, immunizations, and a convenient drive-through. Call 782-2195, 109 South Oklahoma in Mangum.
Here we go, bottom half of inning number 4. And due up for Mangum will be the designated player here this evening, Alyssa Dreyer. Alyssa, her first time around, grounded to second base, and a nice play by Michaela Burns. So we play here in the bottom half of inning number 4. Mangum trying to come up with their 3rd win of the year ahead of district play, which will begin on Thursday. Cordell comes to town for a pair of ball games. Called strike, and it's 0-1 on Dreyer. Later on in the football season, I'm going to have to see if I can get my dear friend. 0-1 pitch outside for ball, 1-1 when Mangum travels to Cordell. My one-time broadcast partner when we were in Woodward, Mike Laird, who is now the preacher at the First Methodist Church. See if we can't get him to join us. 1-1 pitch. And that hit Alyssa. Yeah, right in the foot. Doink. So Dreyer aboard to begin inning number 4. How do we bring Jalen Hammond to the plate? She hit a double down the right field line her first time around, stole a base, and came around to score. Now she gets last-minute instructions from Coach Bingham. Maybe bunting here. Heather Krabkaski, keep up the good work, ladies. Good to have you alongside, Heather. Thanks for checking in this evening. And does show bunt, and Hammond will miss it. Ball gets away from the catcher. And the courtesy runner will get a chance to move up a base. Meantime, the count 0-1 on Hammond. And again, I got to believe here, bottom of the 4th inning, 2-run ball game. You're going to ask Hammond to bunt once more. So she's swinging away, takes it for a strike, and it's 0-2. Well, that's why Coach Bingham is Coach Bingham, and Michael is not Coach Michael. 0-2 pitch now on the way. Ground ball towards second. Burns is there, throws, and not in time. A great job of hustling down the line by Jalen Hammond. Give her the infield single. And courtesy runner will go to third. Runners at first and third. Nobody out for the top of the order. And Lauren York. York walked in the first, stole a base, and got thrown out. And then reached on an error in the third and came around to score. Lauren now bats with runners at first and third and nobody out. So we got those 2 games with Cordell coming up on Thursday. And airtime will be around 6:30, 6:45. And so they'll play a couple of junior high, junior varsity games prior to. York showing bunt. I'm not buying that for a minute. There goes the runner. They'll throw down to third. And back in there safely. He's the courtesy runner. Count on York 1-0. So Lauren now, excellent opportunity to drive home a pair. 1-0 pitch to York. Outside for ball, 2-0. Look out there at the center fielder, Emma Clayton. And Clayton not very deep. Grayson Wolf now will retreat 3 or 4 steps out in left field, though. And shallow in right field as well as Crasser. There's a high fly ball, left field, going back. Wolf still going back, and she'll reach up and make the catch, tagging at third and scoring the 4th run of the ball game, the courtesy runner. And now dropping anchor at third base will be Hammond. So just underneath at that time, on the sacrifice to left field is Lauren York, but she'll collect another RBI. And has given her club a 4-1 lead. And you can hear Coach Bingham telling Lauren, great job getting that run home from third base.
It's not coming here, but there is rain here.
Yeah, I looked up and saw that myself. Chad Fox, the Fox radio answer to Damon Lane, checking radar, and we looked to the north, and you see a line of showers. They are not drifting this way, moving almost in an east fashion. But the way the sky is backlit, you can actually see the rain coming down. So someone somewhere getting some beneficial rain. We're playing ball and wanted to hold off for a little bit. By the way, Morgan White now has run the count to 3-0. Morgan 0 for 2 in the ball game. Takes it for a strike. And a count 3-1. Foul ball, staying alive. And apparently we had another situation where a ball got away because they allowed Hammond to come in from third base. So it's actually a 5-1 ball game now. Off the fist, rolled towards short. Madeline Burns, strong throw, but it gets away from the first baseman. And safe is Morgan White. So White on board following the error. Still just one gone. Here's Maddie Paxson. Paxson 1 for 2, single, and is grounded out. And that line of showers, you don't need your smartphone and radar. I mean, you just look out there and see it. It's amazing. Ground ball, left field, base hit. First pitch swinging Paxson. Runners at first and second, and only one gone. Morgan White is at second, Maddie at first. All part of that cold front that is set to sag our way, and drop temperatures about 10 degrees or so. All right, I'm gonna find out the story on the walk-up songs before our next broadcast. There's got to be a story on that one. Caitlin Huckabee has joined us. Hello, Caitlin. Good to have you alongside. Brendan Woodruss now, the benefactor of the walk-up song, takes a ball, 1-0. Brent been on board both times this afternoon. She has walked and singled and scored a run. 5-1, Mangum on top, bottom half of inning number 4. Called strike. And the count will go to 1-1 on Brent. White at second, Paxson at first. One gone here in the 4th. Mangum trying to add to their 5-1 lead. Ground ball knocked down by the second baseman. She'll flip the first for 1 and won't get the double play. Woodruss runs well. So Paxson retired on the fielder's choice 4-6 for out number 2. Woodruss at first. White at third. And Landry Lively will step in. Landry, a couple of sacrifices in the ballgame. One, a bunt sacrifice that advanced a runner, and then a sacrifice fly an inning ago that drove home a run. First pitch on the way. Runner off with a pitch. They'll throw down to third. And White very close to the bag. Taking second on the play will be Woodruss. For those of you watching on our Facebook Live feed, as I am, talk about that rain. You can see it in your camera shot out over the left field fence. Doink! That went off the knee of Lively. She's hit by a pitch. And the base is now loaded. Hadley Zachary will step in. Zachary 0 for 1. She is grounded out and walked. Coach Carr going to come out and have a conversation with his club. We play in the fourth. It's a 5-1 ball game. Mangum on top. Bases loaded, 2 gone. On Classic Hits 97.7.
Hi, I'm Anna, and I'd like to invite you to Mangum's newest retail store, Dapper 14 Boutique. We feature clothing and accessories in all sizes for all ages. Right now, all summer clothing is on sale and fall merchandise is here. We're on Facebook and at dapyr14.com. Visit us at 209 North Oklahoma in Mangum. Come shop Dapper 14. You'll love it.
So Coach Carr, quick conversation with J.C. Castle, I'm sorry. And actually his conversation with her was quicker than Coach Bingham's with his base runners and his batter. So Zachary hitting with the bases loaded. 2 gone here in the fourth. 5-1 ball game. Oh, good cut there by Hadley. Just missed it. And it's 0-1 on Zachary. 2 games with Cordell coming up on Thursday. Don't forget now the Tiger Bash. I was hoping somebody would tell us if it was the 21st or 22nd year for that event. Maybe you can look that up and let us know. Coming up on Thursday, September 1st. 1 hopper to second base, and good play there. Zachary retired on the little number 4-3. But Mangum comes up with a couple of more runs in the inning. 2 runs on 3 hits. There were a couple of errors, and the bases left loaded for the second time here this afternoon. Mangum on top 5-1. We head to the 5th on Classic Hits 97.7.
Did you know the freshest, most beautiful, long-lasting flowers always come from Flowers Unlimited in Mangum? If you want to send flower arrangements that look and smell great and last a long time, your best choice is to make that local phone call to 580-782-2122. For fresh flowers, silk flowers, gift selections, collectibles, memorials, and bereavement gifts, make the trip to Flowers Unlimited, 113 South Oklahoma in Mangum.
First National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Mangum Tiger Athletics. At First National Bank, supporting our schools and athletic programs is our top priority. We appreciate and support our community through and through. At First National Bank, you can hear us roar. Go Tigers! We wish you a season of great success. First National Bank and Trust Company, your bank for life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
A former DHS employee, Fran Lively, has joined the broadcast this evening. Hello, Fran. Hope you're doing well, kiddo. Speaking of Lively's, there's Toonie. Toonie lives up to her name. I'm going to give her credit. And there are not a whole lot of people that can play Name That Tune or do musical trivia. But she can and does. Not to intimate that she's nearly as old as I am. Please don't misread. So we go to the top of the 5th inning of play for Chattanooga. And they send numbers 9, 1, and 2 to the plate. That'll be Kinley Crasser, Madeline Burns, and J.C. Castle. And again, because of the backlighting of the sun out west, the shower and thunderstorm activity to our north, it's more impressive than it is, but it's rainfall, so everybody is excited about that. Cold strike here. Crasser showed bunt, pulled the bat back, took it for a strike. 0-1. She reached on an error first time around and scored a run. officially 0-1 in the ball game. I think the forecast for Mangum, about a 20% chance of showers overnight. Inside for ball 2, 2-0. Better chance coming in Sunday night late, continuing into Monday, Tuesday, maybe even Wednesday of next week. So that kind of pattern setting up. Let's hope. Well, she had a notion, laid off of it. Krasser takes it for a ball. The count 2-1 on Kinley. They've not turned on the lights here, but I think that probably will occur pretty quickly. There's a called strike. As Madonna once saying, into the groove with that one. Two-one pitch now on the way here to Krasser. Swing and a miss out in front. That was actually a 2-2 pitch. So a strikeout there for Maddie Paxson. On the afternoon, that'll be her third. Registered 1 in the second, 1 more in the fourth, and now 1 to begin the fifth here. So 1 gone now, top of the order, and Madeline Burns. Burns popped to third her first time around and then singled and was left stranded in the third. Maddie Paxson set to go to work and hit her. That one got away from her. Tried to put some spin on it, and it didn't. Just kind of hit her in the foot. So runner aboard here in inning number 5 for Chattanooga. Pitch upstairs, and now Zachary will drop the ball, and that will allow the runner to get to second base. So Burns in scoring position now with 1 gone. Many moons ago, we spent a lot of time doing Chattanooga basketball. They had a juggernaut, both on the girls and the boys' side, for quite some time. Pitch inside for a ball. And the count on Castle now. 1-0. Out at second base, Madeline Burns. Mangum on top, 5-1 in the fifth. Fly ball center field. Lauren there for out number 1. Bye, kiddos. The Gerald kiddos. Gerald's squared. One of them wearing a Buc-ee's t-shirt. I experienced the Buc-ee's phenomenon earlier this summer. Ground ball to third. Throw to first in time, advancing to third on the play. But there were 2 outs, so it didn't make any difference. Was the base runner. So the inning will come to an end. I was fooled too, base runner. Don't worry about it, Madeline. The inning comes to an end on the 6-3, or the 5-3 ground out. We've played 4.5. Mangum on top 5-1. Classic Hits 97.7.
Great food made fresh with the best ingredients possible under the direction of Chef George is what you'll find at the newly remodeled J&P Mexican Grill in Mangum. Now, if you haven't tried the Mexican and American favorites at J&P Mexican Grill, what are you waiting for? They're open Tuesday through Saturday for lunch, dinner, featuring homemade desserts. For takeout, call 580-706-5042 and like them on Facebook. J&P Mexican Grill in Mangum.
Wichita Insurance is a proud supporter of Mangum schools, 4-H and FFA activities, and community programs. Visit their offices at 115 North Hudson in Altus or 122 South Pennsylvania in Mangum. They have 7 licensed insurance agents ready to serve Southwest Oklahoma. Drop by either location or call 580-301-6352 or 580-782-3049.
All right, Holly Lehman-Webb leads the line for Mangum in the 5th inning of play. She'll be followed by Alyssa Dreyer and Jalen Hammond. Mangum on top 5-1. Lady Tigers 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 2 more in the fourth. Webb, first pitch swinging, little looping fly ball left field, and Grayson Wolf is there for out number 1. Holly now 0 for 2 in the ball game, And she is struck out and flied out. So one gone now for Alyssa Dreyer. Dreyer grounded out in the second and then got hit by a pitch in the fourth, and courtesy runner for her came around to score. So Dreyer will step in. One gone here in the fifth. Didn't mean to do it. Fouled it back to the screen. And it's 0-1 on Alyssa. Dwayne's Auto, First National Bank and Trust of both Mangum and Granite, Flowers Unlimited, Greer County Farm Bureau, Greer Funeral Home, and J&P Cafe. All part of our broadcast here on Classic Hits 97.7. Off the end of the bat, rolled right back to Castle. JC will flip the first for out number 2. Kind of an excuse me swing there. And an easy play for JC Castle. So here's Jalen Hammond. Hammond been on board both times. She's 2 for 2. Got an RBI and scored a couple of runs. Doubled her first time around, singled an inning ago. So here's why I don't trust some of the devices I check for weather. I just got an update from the Weather Channel. Said it'll be considerably cooler tomorrow. Ground ball to short. Madeline Burns with a long throw in time, and will finish the thought on the other side of the fifth inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left on board. We've played 5. Mangum on top 5-1. Classic Hits 97.7.
When you need auto repair, save money and get it done at Dwayne's Auto right here in Mangum. Dwayne's fixes flats, does brake jobs and turns rotors, alignments, air conditioning work, and general auto repair. And they make hydraulic hoses. If your car or truck isn't right, just head to Dwayne's Auto, 1205 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. Call 782-5151. That's 782-5151. Mangum Tiger Proud.
Blair Tire and Feed on the corner of Highway 283 and 19 is your certified Firestone tire dealer and also a proud supporter of the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers. When you need tires, we're specialty trained and equipped to take care of you. Lyle Shaw and his crew at Blair Tire and Feed wish the Tigers lots of luck in today's game. And always remember, play smart, play safe, play hard, and play with pride. And good luck from everyone at Blair Tire and Feed on the corner of Highway 283 and 19 in Blair, Oklahoma.
Trinity Sharp leads it off here for Chattanooga in their half of the 6th, down 5-1. First pitch on the way to Sharp, bounces out in front of home plate for a ball. And the count 1-0 on Trinity. She's flying to left, flying to right, 0 for 2. I want to say hi to my good friend Patrick Masick, checking out the broadcast over there in Tulsa, America. He and Don Williams living on Tulsa time. 1-0 pitch, called strike, the count level at 1-1. Finish that thought on the Weather Channel. Get an alert from the Weather Channel. It says it's going to be considerably cooler tomorrow in Mangum and Altus. And then it said 34 degrees. I'm like, what? There's a line shot, base hit left field. Okay, good piece of hitting there by Trinity Sharp. Got one up in her eyes and raked it into left field for a base hit. So lead off runner aboard here in inning number 6 for Chattanooga. And that'll bring Michaela Burns to the plate. Burns walked her first time around, stole a base, was left stranded at third, struck out in the 4th. So for 1. Then I realized it was 34 degrees Celsius. Pitch upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Don't ask me to convert it. I have no idea. Although 0, I believe, is freezing, right? And the Celsius scale, I think that's right. So Burns looks at a pitch outside for ball 2, 2-0. You get it all. Barnes is broadcasting. Like, when is he going to have another meeting in Chad? It's on the air. And time going to be taken here, and that could have been a balk right there. Yeah, I'm like Coach Carr. She was in her motion, she being Maddie Paxson, and then stopped. And Coach Carr, I believe he's got a legitimate argument here, so we won't have another conversation with the umpires. Meantime, sun's setting out in the west, and our lights aren't on yet. Then we turn them on in the broadcast booth. So Coach Carr, the conversation will end with the umpire, but that's one that I would tend to agree with him on. It looked like Maddie was in the middle of her motion to home plate and then just stopped mid-motion. All right, here we go. There's a called strike. Good pitch by Paxson. And the count on Burns is 2-1. Runner at first, nobody out. We play here in the sixth. Mangum trying to head into district play on a winning note. That one nubbed foul on the right side. And that'll level the count now at 2-2. I noticed that my beloved Kansas City Royals over the weekend played host to the Los Angeles Dodgers. And Ryan Lefevre, who does the majority of the play-by-play on television for the Royals. 2-2 pitch here, and get another hit batter. So runners at first and second now, still nobody out. As hit by the pitch there is Michaela Burns, and here's Riley Garrett. Garrett has flied out and doubled. She is 1 for 2. Anyhow, Lefevre and the Royals presenting a bouquet to Dave Roberts, the manager of the Dodgers, in deference to Vin Scully. We'll take a timeout here, 5-1. Top of the sixth, runners at first and second, nobody out for Chattanooga. Classic Hits 97.7.
Folks in Mangum know what to do when they need to quench a thirst, curb a hunger attack, or cool down with an ice cream. They just make the Loop at 918 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. The Loop, supporting the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
Scully, of course, passing away recently at the age of 94, the longtime voice of the L.A. Dodgers and a lot of other sports as well. He at times called golf on the PGA Tour back before it got really big on television. Showing bunt here is Burns, or rather Garrett. She'll take it for a strike, and it's 0-1. So Rayleigh batting with runners at first and second, nobody out. Showed bunt, took it for a strike. I was able to find today a piece of Vin Scully calling golf upstairs for ball, 1-1. Had to have been early 80s, maybe the late 70s. Golfer got caught in a pot bunker and took a 14 on a par 3. 1-1 pitch called strike, and it's 1-2. And the call of Scully on that 14 was phenomenal. Capped off by, he only 2-putted for the 14. This one's hit a ton in the air. York giving chase, still giving chase, and it's off the wall in left center field. 1 run will score. Let's see if they send Burns. No, she'll have to drop anchor at third base because Michaela was unsure if that ball was going to be caught or not. So Trinity Sharp will score. Burns will wind up at third. That's the second double of the night for Rayleigh Garrett. And has made it a 5-2 ball game now. Still nobody out in the frame. Clayton takes a pitch upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Still one of my favorite lines from Vin Scully was when the cameraman showed the crowd there at Chavez Ravine in Los Angeles. Called strike here. In the count 1-1, and there were empty seats throughout Chavez Ravine. And Scully said, plenty of good seats still available. 1-1. Taking a hack at it and getting a piece of it. Nobody covering first base. Now they'll throw home, and outstanding up is Michaela Burns. Well, kind of ran themselves into one there. Now in a rundown and getting hit with the ball will be Clayton. While all that was going on, Garrett was able to score Clayton still down at first base after getting hit with the ball. So she bunts. The ball fielded by Mangum's Brent Woodruss, who turns to throw to first. There is nobody there. Woodruss, a heads-up play, fires to Zachary at home. Hadley applies the tag to Michaela Burns for out number 1. And then a run scores. So it's a 5-3 ball game. And I think the home plate umpire said there was 2 outs, but I'm trying to find it in my book that there's 2 outs. I've just got one. Yeah, now, again, Coach Carr going to have a conversation with the home plate umpire. He signaled 2 outs. I only have 1. The home plate umpire asking the field umpire. And again, that's why you have those clickers, and so now they've got it right now. There is just 1 out. Burns was the first out of the inning at home plate. So give the umpires credit. They have done a good job this afternoon of consulting one another before making a call. There's a foul ball on the right side out of play. And the count on Grayson Wolf is 0-1. Wolf 0 for 2, struck out and popped to first. She ended both the second and fourth frames. 0-1 pitch, bunted, and we're getting a collision. Ball comes free, and she's going to be safe over there at first base. Taking third on the play will be Emma Clayton. And now we're going to get another conversation. Coach Bingham says the runner should be out. The umpire said it was interference on the part of the defense. And now he calls the runner out. So Chad, watching through the camera, could see that the base runner was inside the line when she ran into Woodruss, and that is the correct call. Wow, we have had a little bit of everything here in this one. So interference called on Wolf for the second out. Clayton took third, but now they have made her retreat because it becomes a dead ball situation. Now, Coach Carr going to have a conversation. His assistant not happy either. Well, now they're going to send her all the way back to first base. Wow. So the home plate umpire says, okay, here's where the interference occurred. And even though your runner was already to second base, they are not going to get the bag. This has been one now. I'm telling you. I imagine Augustine and Ferguson and the rest of them are glad that they get to sit back and watch this one, because we've had just about everything in this one. So Coach Carr not happy with how things turned out. And again, I had Clayton retreating to second, but now they're going to send her all the way back to first base. And there are 2 down. So Paxson trying to wriggle off the hook again. 5-3 ball game, top of the 6th. Called strike. And it's 0-1 on Kresser. Kresser reached on an error in the third and scored. Struck out in the 5th. 0 for 2 with a run scored. Had an ocean laid off the pitch upstairs, and the count leveled at 1-1. So we've had 3 interference calls here in this ball game. And again, you can go a whole season and not have 1, let alone 3. This one's fouled back to the screen, and it's 1-2. Wow. I want to say hi to Austin Simmons. Tuned into the broadcast. Good to have you alongside Austin. Check your rule book on this one. Paxton ahead in the count here, trying to end the inning. 1-2 pitch, and she does. Striking out for the second time this evening, Kinley Crasser. So the inning will come to an end, but not before Chattanooga is able to plate a couple of runs. 2 runs on a couple of hits, an error, an interference call, and a runner left on board. We have played 5.5. Mangum 5, Chattanooga 3, Classic Hits 97.7.
Something you should know about the Kendall Law Office. The Kendall Law Office is family-owned and local. They use up-to-date technology to ensure their productivity provides timely service to clients, and this always includes client access to our firm via email and text. Corey Kendall is experienced, hardworking, and honest. He always puts the client first, and all efforts are focused on the client's best interest. The Kendall Law Office, locations in Altus and Mangum.
The road towards successful, lasting solutions for treatment of snoring and sleep apnea can have plenty of bumps along the way. Hello, I am Dr. Dustin Lively, and together with the rest of my team, we can lend a valuable helping hand. If you have trouble with snoring or have had a sleep study and are struggling with your prescribed therapy, call us at Easy Sleep Solutions, 580-782-2027, or go to the letters EZSleepSolutions.com.
Well, the umpire's having a conversation in between the innings, and it was, to put it politely, animated. So here we go. Lauren York leads it off here in the 6th. York has been on board a couple of times, has scored a run, stolen a couple of bases as well. It takes inside for a strike, and it's 0-1. By the way, our old buddy Jay McCormick checking in. Jay says, "What's up, my friends? Sounds like a ball game." Well, as Foghorn Leghorn once said about Jay, I say that boy's about as sharp as a bowling ball. 0-1 pitch. Lauren knew it was a strike, shaking her head as it went into the mid of the catcher, and it's 0-2 on Lauren. Really a difficult time to see right now, as it is just dark enough, but not dark enough. Pitch outside for a ball. Count 1-2. I think they call this the Gloman, don't they? Twilight, okay. All right. One of those modern terms I'm not familiar with. Fly ball, right field. York sends it off the fence in right field, and she's headed to second base, sliding in with a double. Lauren leads off the inning with a double to right field. Mangum has had success all game long, going the opposite way. And again, I mentioned the twilight with full credit to Chad Fox, and I think Kinley Crasser and Emma Clayton had a hard time finding that softball. I know I did. Morgan White will bunt one foul. It's 0-1 on Morgan. White on the ball game is officially 0 for 3. She got on board last time around, reaching on an error. Trying to give her club some insurance here in inning number 6. Mangum on top 5-3. Outside for a ball. Count level at 1-1. I think Chad's over there doing his thesaurus work because I could hear him utter the phrase dusk. This is dusk. Foul back to the screen. Morgan down in the count 1-2. From dusk to dawn. Mangum bench. Animated, to say the least. Out of second base, Lauren York. 1-2 pitch, Morgan White outside for a ball. Count 2-2. Do what? Uh-huh. 2-2 pitch on the way down to Morgan White. Did a good job of fighting off a good pitch there, as she was fooled looking for a fastball, kept the hands back, and was able to foul it out of play on the right side. And it'll stay 2-2. Runner at second. Nobody out here. And again, Morgan fighting off a good pitch. It'll stay 2-2. Don't forget now, Mangum football kicking off Friday night, September the 2nd. Liberty Bowl bound will be Comanche and Mangum in the season opener. We will be there. Always energetic, Sam Powers. Pitch downstairs for a ball. Count full now, 3-2. York, who can fly out at second base. Payoff pitch on the way to Morgan. Swing and a miss. Ball dropped by the catcher. They'll throw down to first. York will take third on the play. Heads up base running by Morgan. Or by Lauren, rather. So Morgan White strikes out for out number one. Here's Maddie Paxson. Maddie been on board twice. Officially 1 for 3 with a single, fielder's choice, and a ground out. Paxson fouls that one out of play on the right side, and it's 0-1. Maddie would love to give herself some insurance heading into the 7th inning. One pitch on the way to Paxson. Downstairs, gets away from the catcher, and York will come in standing up. Lauren showing that great speed, although she didn't need it there. Ball got away from the catcher. And she scores easily from third base. And that makes it 6-3. So Paxson now hitting with nobody aboard, and one gone here in the frame. Ground ball, backhanded by Burns, and it goes off of her glove. Paxson will be safe over at first base, E6. That may have been one that Burns should have maybe tried to get in front of. But it had to go off of her glove. All right. Well, they get to pick their own walk-up songs, and we'll learn more about them as the season progresses. First pitch to Woodruss, taken for a ball, and it's 1-0. Paxson at first, one gone here in the 6th. Mangum on top, 6-3. Bryn scored her first time around. Lifts this one towards right field. Krasser going back. She will drop the ball, and now Paxson will chuck into second base ahead of the throw, and everybody going to be safe. So back-to-back errors here in the 6th. Committed by Chattanooga, puts runners at first and second with one gone. And Landry Lively will step in. Lively, no official at bat. She's got to sacrifice bunt. She's got to sacrifice fly, and she has been hit by a pitch. Takes outside for a ball, 1-0. Lively bats with runners at first and second here in inning number 6. One-0 pitch. Lifted in the air towards left. Wolf giving chase, and she won't get there. Ball will fall. Paxson rounding third, headed to home. They're going to send Woodruss, and Bren will dive to home plate and score. A couple of RBI for Landry Lively. And Mangum on top now by a score of 8-3. And again, taking advantage of your elements, and I just don't know that Grayson Wolf ever found the softball in the nighttime sky. We'll give a double and a couple of RBI to Landry Lively, and brings Hadley Zachary to the plate. Hadley is 0 for 2. She's been hit by a pitch and grounded to second twice. Takes outside for a ball here, 1-0. little extra giddy up on that pitch that time by Castle. And JC a little bit frustrated. Well, now we're playing Name That Tune. Inside, and the ball gets away from the catcher, and advancing now will be Lively to third base, and the count is 2-0 on Hadley. So Camden, Headley. Camden Dreyer says, can you guess what Alyssa's walk-up song is? I don't know. I haven't been listening closely enough, but I guess I should. By the way, we appreciate those who catch the Blazing Saddles reference. It's Headley. 3-0 pitch here, and Hadley will walk. She's aboard with one gone. Runners at first and third now in inning number 6. Jennifer Reisner, you're right. It does sound like maybe some football players have made their way here to the softball field and are making noise to our right. Pitching change going to be made here as Mangum leads 8-3 in inning number 6. Runners at second and third and only one gone. And you and I come back on Classic Hits 97.7.
Friends, it's important to take care of your eyes, so make an appointment soon with Dr. Michael Geiger in Altus, Seth Geiger in Frederick, and Bryce Geiger in Elgin, and a new addition to our staff, Dr. Maddie Rhodes. The Geigers are professionals and very good at what they do. Geiger Eye Care is proud to support youth and sponsor sporting events. They encourage you to attend all the events you can and be involved with our youth. Geiger Eye Care, Michael and Maddie in Altus, Seth in Frederick, and Bryce in Elgin. Make an appointment soon with Geiger Eye Care, Altus, Frederick, and Elgin. Friends, it's important to
Greer County Farm Bureau agents Mickey Lively and Rod Calhoun support high school sports. Mickey and Rod offer insurance for property, auto, casualty, life, commercial, and crop insurance. They're ready to serve you at 231 North Oklahoma in Mangum. Call 580-782-3827.
Everyone wants to be on a...
So Camden, waiting in the on-deck circle is Alyssa, and on the off chance that she doesn't get to bat, you're going to have to tell us what her walk-up song is. Holly Lehman-Webb will step in. Webb 0 for 2 in the ball game. She's struck out and flied out. Takes a pitch upstairs for a ball. Going to throw down to third base and back easily. Will be Landry Lively. By the way, speaking of Holly, we wish the best to her father, who is convalescing at home. Get better, boss. Eight-3 ball game in the 6th. Upstairs, there goes the runner. They're going to throw down, and out at second base will be the courtesy runner. And that was almost like trying to bait the throw there to allow the runner to come home from third, but Chattanooga did a nice job covering. It was Madeline Burns to make the tag for the out, so there are 2 gone. Count on Lehman-Webb, 2-0. Holly looks at a pitch for a strike. It's 2-1. So again, 2 gone. Alyssa in the on-deck circle. We may not get to hear that walk-up song, so you got to tell us. And boy, I tell you what, it is still inside this broadcast booth. The wind has quit. Pitch out in front of home plate, blocked nicely by the catcher. The count will go 3-1. See what Holly can do here. Look for something. 3-1, runner at third. 2 gone in the frame. And it hit her. A little doink action. So Lehman-Webb aboard for the first time this evening. She's at first. Lively at third. 2 gone. Well, I listened for the walk-up song, but I'm not getting it. It's not loud enough for my old ears. So Dreyer now a chance to drive home at least 1 with 2 gone. First pitch swinging, fouls it back to the plate, to the fence rather, and it's 0-1 on Alyssa. She grounded out in the second. walked in the fourth and grounded out in the fifth, 0 for 2. Mangum leading by 5. Off-speed pitch there out in front. Throw down to second base, and Coach Carr says, why are we throwing down to second base? There isn't anybody there. Runners at first and third. 0-2 count now on Alyssa Dreyer. Mangum, though, trying to pick up a win heading into district play beginning on Thursday against Cordell. And we'll have both ball games here beginning at about 6:30 on Thursday. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away from the catcher, and she doesn't throw the ball. So everybody going to be safe here. Lehman Webb will go to second. Dreyer at first. That'll go E2 and a strikeout. And keeps the inning alive for Jalen Hammond. Hammond 2 for 3 with an RBI, a couple of runs scored. She's also grounded out. Double and a single in her first 2 plate appearances. Ground ball here towards second. Flip to first in time, and the inning will come to an end. But not before Mangum comes up with 3 more runs in the frame. 3 runs on 3 hits. There are a couple of errors, and 2 runners left on board. We played 6. Mangum on top 8-3 on Classic Hits 97.7.
Everyone wants to be on a winning team. That's why Great Plains Bank is a proud supporter of the Tigers. No matter what life may throw at you, Great Plains Bank has the play drawn up, and we're ready to go into overtime to win your business. What makes Great Plains Bank different is that we will make the extra push to get you to the goal line. When it comes to your family's finances, every play counts. So pick a teammate you can trust. We want you on our team because with customers like you, we are greater together. Great Plains Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s. They're the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know of someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick, as they may be hiring.
Now, Maddie Paxton, an opportunity now to shut things down in inning number 7. Her club plating 3 more runs in the frame. She was a part of that offensive onslaught, and her club in front by 5. So you like that 5-run advantage going into the final frame. You know, a grand slam won't beat you. Pull up the radar, and boy, that area of shower and thunderstorm activity that has been setting there along I-40 just continues. Good rain, it looks like, in Elk City and Cordell as well. So I know those folks are feeling good about it. You can look back to the Texas Panhandle, Pampa and Shamrock getting rainfall. Again, that's all part of that cold front that may give us a few drops of rain before all is said and done this evening, although not likely. So Paxton set to go to work. Top of the order due up for Chattanooga. First pitch swinging. That's going to get all the way to the fence as Madeline Burns has designs on third. Here she goes. Throw on the way. Not in time. Burns slides in safely with a leadoff triple here in inning number 7. Good job by Madeline. Boy, she saw something she liked there and just simply tattooed it off the fence in right center field. And we look at radar, on the projected radar, and that rain is just expected to stay along I-40 for the next 2 to 3 hours before finally dissipating. You get the idea, maybe the cold front stalled out for a while. So here's J.C. Castle. Castle bats with a runner at third. Nobody out. Takes a strike at its own 1, and I don't know that she cared for the call. She flied to center her last time around. It was actually 0 for 3 in the ball game. The count 1-1 on Castle. That one fouled on the right side. Now to play. 1-2 now on Castle. 1 run in the third for Chattanooga. Picked up 2 more in the 6th. And each time they have scored, Mangum has had the ability to answer. Now they just want to go home for the night. Fouled, out of play. It'll stay 1-2. Actually, 2-2. Nope, 1-2. That's right. All right. So far, that new mandate that came down from the OSSAA about the attitude of fans, players, and coaches has not come into play in anything that we've been involved with. I'm glad to see that. There are just a shortage of officials on all levels, umpires for baseball and softball, game officials for football, game officials for basketball. 1-2 pitch on the way here, and she will hit Castle. And, you know, that's runners at first and third now, nobody out, and here's Mia Wyatt. I don't know that I like that. When you play baseball, when the ball bounces in the dirt and it hits you, it is not a hit batter. I don't know that maybe that's something they need to look at on a softball level. Wyatt takes for a strike. They'll throw down behind the runner, and now the ball gets away and allows Castle to wind up at second base. So Burns hadn't wandered that far off the bag, and they threw down to chase her back, but then the ball gets away from Mangum far enough to allow the base runner to get in scoring position. Wyatt lifts one into left field, and a nice play out there by Hammond to make the catch. She'll fire back to third base, try to get the force play. Doesn't get it done, but boy, I tell you what, Hammond does a nice job of staying with the sinking line drive to make the catch. And again, we talked about it earlier in the ball game, but she was fundamentally sound, looking the softball into her glove, and dare I say it, using two hands as well. So one gone for Trinity Sharp. Sharp is flying to left, flying to center, and singled. Scored a run, 1 for 3. Grounds this one off of Paxson, fielded by the shortstop. Throw to first, out at first base. And now they've got the runner in a rundown, and she'll be safe. So a lot to unpack there. Burns will score on the play. Castle will come around and score on the play. And Sharp is retired 1-6-3 with the second out of the inning. Wow. 8-5 ball game. Hit hard back through the middle off of Paxson. A heads-up play by White to get it on the carom. Fire to first in time. Was that easily scoring from third was Burns, and give Castle being heads up and running all the way from second base to score as well. Michaela Burns takes for a strike, and it's 0-1 on Michaela. Chattanooga down to their final out of the ball game. 0-1 pitch, a little bit high for a ball. 1-1. And the bench jockeys from Mangum disagreeing with the call. 1-1 offering on the way here. Down low for a ball. 2-1. So Burns ahead in the count. Nobody aboard. 2 gone. Chatty down 8-5. 2-1 pitch. Ball 3. 3-1. And we can hear Coach Bingham telling Paxson to push with that back foot. Rayleigh Garrett, who has hit the ball hard, waiting in the on-deck circle for Chattanooga. There's a called strike. Pushing off that time, indeed, was Paxson. And the count full. Eight 5. Top of the 7th inning. Mangum by 3. Count full. Payoff pitch on the way. Fouled back to the screen, and we will do it again. Chad, a most unusual seating arrangement here in the broadcast booth. He's got his eyes on the equipment there. Called strike 3, ball game. How about that? Chad able to see that, so was the home plate umpire. And on that, the ball game will come to an end. Chattanooga made it interesting in the 7th. They scored a couple of times on a couple of hits. There was nobody left on base, and Mangum will win it by a final score of 8-5. And we're back to wrap it up after this on Classic Hits 97.7.
Triad Home Health in Mangum is locally owned and offers nursing, physical therapy, occupational, wound care, IV therapy, and more. All administered by people who go above and beyond for you. Phone Triad Home Health today at 580-782-5800. That's 782-5800.
Well, Mangum snaps a modest 3-game losing streak as they win this one by a final score of 8-5 and improve the record to 3-6 on the year in anticipation of the district opener coming up on Thursday when Cordell comes to town for a pair of bowl games. About 6:30 or so, we believe start time will be, and the first pitch around 6:40 or so. And again, both Cordell games this year are going to be played here, and both those games will be played on Thursday. So Ryan Bingham's club getting the win at home tonight in interesting fashion. We saw a little bit of everything in this ball game. More importantly, though, we saw Mangum win. Lady Tigers take it home by a final score of 8-5. And as we mentioned, they are now 2-6 on the year. Chattanooga falls to 3-3. We've got Cordell and Mangum coming up on Thursday, beginning at 6:30. For our producer-engineer Chad Fox, I'm Michael Barnes. Thanks for joining us tonight for Mangum Lady Tiger Softball, live and in living color on Classic Hits 97.7.